Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Ultima VII, Part 2, Serpent. Alright, I've loaded back a little bit in the game so that we can talk to some of the nobles of the city of Fawn. I also ran through that battle with Volden and found that he only has the custom sword on him, so there's nothing extra that we'll get out of that. And means that there's nothing that I missed, either. So let's go ahead and talk to some people. I'm not sure exactly who is who here, but we'll find out. Come here. Hey. Alright, fine. How about you? Okay, that is... that guy. Oh, apparently as soon as you talk to him, that guy shows up. Well, I don't want to actually deal with that, so let's redo this. Alright, let's run back to where we were. I was wondering why that guy showed up there. Alright, how about you? Ah, there we go. Another of Monitor's female pikemen, I see. Odd that they encourage women to disfigure themselves. I am Great Captain Volden. Tell me about the storms. The storms are a regrettable consequence of incurring the heavens' displeasure. I'm certain that our punishment will end soon if we adhere to beauty's truth. Tell me about the goblins. Please convey Fawn's thanks to thy fellow pikemen who retook the tower from AuldDragon and the goblins. You know, I killed AuldDragon as well. Oh, did you? Oh, well, convey thanks for that as well. By the way, did you find any money? Because we're gonna need the money that he stole back. If you could do that for us. Nah, I'd rather just kill you. And I will be doing that soon. 'Twas most nobly done, and Monitor doth have Lady Yolinda's gratitude. What do you mean by the heaven's displeasure? Out of misguided kindness, we allowed infidels to enter our city. They spread their contagion, corrupting many of our people to their misguided ways. This displeased the heavens. The storms were clearly sent to punish us. Beauty's truth? Everyone is drawn to that which is beautiful. Therefore, if we strive to honor and protect all things beautiful, our lives will be fulfilled. All good and honest people are beautiful. I don't think it works that way, buddy. Lady Yolinda. Lady Yolinda is the most beautiful woman in the city. She rules Fawn with the aid of the Chancellor and the Great Captain's Council. Tell me about AuldDragon. I do not know what evil spawned such a fearful creature. AuldDragon is easily larger than the other goblins and twice as fierce. Well, he wasn't really. All the other goblins fear him. Well, now all the other goblins fear me. His first foray against Fawn cost us our healer, Seth, and now he hath led the goblins to overtake the Pikeman Tower. I retook that. You've already acknowledged that I retook it. I'd give much to see his head on a pike. Well, you're not going to see it on the pike, but I assure you it is separated from his body. Infidels? The sailors camped outside the city are infidels. They do not follow the path of beauty. They came to our city claiming to be from Britannia, which, as any sailor knows, is pure fiction. The priestess was right to remove their ugly dishonesty from our midst. Misguided ways, you say? There's one among them, Leon, who preaches of something they call the Fellowship. While I'll grant that he is a powerful speaker, he is clearly a misguided fool. Yeah, that is actually accurate. Who in their right mind would believe that the world could be changed by such simplistic views? A lot of fairly simplistic people, actually. Chancellor? The Chancellor is Lady Yolinda's chief assistant. He conveys messages to and from the council to her ladyship and makes public proclamations of Lady Yolinda's judgments. If thou wishest a matter brought before her ladyship, thou must first speak with Zulith. Look for a small man wearing a bright green robe. That will be the Chancellor. It's not exactly a bright green robe, but okay. Great Captain's Council. The Great Captains take much of the weight of mundane affairs from Lady Yolinda's schedule. Garth, Joth, and I oversee trade and the disposition of the fleets. Tell me about Seth. Seth was a stubborn man, but a good healer. He refused to take a guard contingent along with him to hunt herbs. He said that the guards did nothing but trample what he was looking for. Unfortunately, such stubbornness cost him his life. The details are best left unmentioned. 'Tis not a tale for a beautiful lady. I'm pretty sure I've seen much worse than you could describe. The result is that Delphinia is all Fawn doth have in the way of a healer. Priestess? Callista is the priestess of beauty. She receives the wisdom of the oracle and interprets it for those of us who cannot understand the words of the heavens. Callista tried to dissuade us from following that false prophet into our dissuade us from allowing that false prophet into our city. Now we are paying for our folly. Simplistic views? Forgive me, my lady. I did not intend to enter a philosophical discussion. Thy beauty distracted me, I must confess. Ah, you're such a disgusting person. Tell me about Garth. Garth is merely a lad. He could never have gotten a council seat without his family's money. He spends his days chasing skirts, which is just as well, for it keeps him out from underfoot. Well, that's awfully rude to say about one of your fellow great captains on the council. Tell me about Joth. Joth is an old fishing captain who had to be forcibly removed from the fleet, I'm afraid. I don't think that he quite realizes that he isn't on the deck of a ship anymore, poor man. He thinks we can rebuild the fleet with little or no money. We humor him as best we can. Tell me about the fleet. These severe storms have caused the total loss of all our fishing ships. Fawn once supplied fish to the other cities. But that is a thing of the past, I'm afraid. Even if we were able to rebuild the ships, we have almost no able-bodied men to crew them. Yeah, you really are a fairly empty city, as big as it is. This may be the death knell of Fawn without the proper guidance. Tell me about Delphinia. Delphinia is a nice enough woman, but she is no healer. She is a horticulturist, not even an herbalist. But she's all we have until these cursed storms lighten. I fear, however, that she hath fallen under the spell of one of those infidels. Ruggs, I think his name is. Tell me about Ruggs. Ruggs is so ugly that his sins are written plain for all to see, but Delphinia seems to find him compelling. I'm told he speaks sweetly, as doth his companion Leon. But I expect all evil things are compelling in some manner. Well, but so you want to respect beauty in all its forms, but speaking well is a beautiful thing. So therefore, speaking well should be good. Shouldn't you then allow Leon and Ruggs into the city since they speak so well, and thus it is beautiful, even if you disagree with the what they may say?
Else how would any good person be tempted by them?
Tell me about the Oracle.
The Oracle is an instrument of the heavens. Its words are divine revelations to those who follow beauty's truth.
Revelations, you say?
Thou hast not heard of a revelation from the Oracle yet?
No, not yet.
Thou shouldst go to the temple. Judging by the time, there will be another revelation soon. I'm certain that thou wilt find it an enlightening experience.
Alright, goodbye. Alright, we talked to him. Let's talk to him now. We have not talked to this guy at all.
Welcome to Fawn. I am great Captain Joth. Thou canst call me Joth. 'Tis always a pleasure to meet a pikeman.
Tell me about the storms.
'Twas a storm that ran me ship aground and took me from the sea. 'Tis fitting that these damned storms will be the end of us all. They have taken all me old friends, plucked them right off the water, or drowned them deep. Never thought I'd live to see the day when Fawn's fleet was brought low.
Tell me about the goblins.
The goblins have always been like fleas infesting this part of the land. We'd stomp on 'em good and hard, and they'd go crawl back to whatever hole they crawled out of. But since this Pomdigan brute came along, there's been no driving 'em back.
Tell me about Pomdigan. I killed him, by the way.
Pomdigan's larger than most goblins.
He wasn't that much harder to fell, though.
Certainly meaner, or he would never have gotten the brutes all under his command. I'm almost willing to believe that he's half Daemon, like some folks say.
No, definitely not half Daemon. What color would you get by mixing green and red? I guess brown. No, he definitely was not brown. Daemon, you say?
There are daemon ruins all around this land. Thou canst not miss them. They are all covered with evil-looking serpents. Some say that the daemons are still here. They say that civilized man drove them underground when we settled here. Haven't ever seen one. Wouldn't want to neither.
Tell me about the fleet.
Thawne used to be able to bring in enough fish for us and the other cities besides. Now there's nothing but a few old rowboats left. And what's worse, Lady Yolinda tells me that I'm to be in charge of the restorations.
Restorations?
Restorations, she calls it. Like there was something to restore. But drawn the reports and plans I have, as ordered. But tell me, if thou canst, how Thawne is to build ships when most of the shipwrights are drowned? Or tell me how we're to acquire the wood to build with if these storms have us running like rabbits to a hole. And Volden sits holding the money, telling me 'tis unsafe to begin building, as if I had ballast for brains. But he doth not have to report to Lady Yolinda. I do.
Tell me about your friends.
Good seamen all, fishermen and captains alike. These cursed storms have taken every good man from Thawne's shores and left me alone with these land crawlers. 'Tis enough to make a man think about walking into the sea at high tide.
You might not want to do that. Just, surely you can find something to live for. Aground?
'Twere a handful of years ago, and me body remembers it like 'twere yesterday. I was fouled in a mass of rigging when me ship was thrown into the shoals. Seth the healer patched me up right enough, but that were the end of me seagoing days. Never dreamed a crusty old salt like myself would end my days on the great captain's council.
Tell me about the great captain's council.
Aye, 'tis the great captains what advise Lady Yolinda in the workings of trade and the fleet. Things what some feel that women have no interest in. The great captains be myself, Garth, and Volden.
Tell me about, Lady Yolinda, then.
She be the ruler of Thawne. 'Tis Lady Yolinda what doth do the meeting and greeting of all what wish to trade with Thawne. And Lady Yolinda be the one what makes the official decrees and laws and such. After she counsels with us, of course.
Tell me about Seth.
Seth's gone, too. Only the goblins got him. Put him in their big old stew pots, they did. What's the world coming to, I ask thee? If it isn't vile monsters, 'tis nature herself what has turned against us.
Nature herself?
'Tis plain that thou art not a seaman. The rain's the tears of nature, and the wind that be the breath of nature. Whenever there be a bad storm, 'tis nature's anger. I'll wager that she be fearsome upset right about now.
Tell me about Garth.
Garth be no more than a green lad with a passion for the ladies. Never been to sea that I know of. Some great captain, that is. But his family's had money and lots of trade smarts. Could do worse for a council member, I reckon. Could put poor old drunken Olan on the seat. Ha!
Tell me about Olan.
Olan was one of the best fishermen we had, till the day he watched his ship go down. 'Twere during one of these weird storms, and Olan had missed cast-off. He was fixin' to row out to the ship when it were hit by that freak lightning. All of a sudden, it weren't no ship. 'Twere a grain wagon, all hands drowned, and Olan thinks he's a doomed man. If thou were to ask me, I'd tell thee that we all be doomed, so why not bury our troubles in the bottom of an ale glass? But no one hath asked old Joth nothin', so I go about me business.
Tell me about Volden.
Now, Volden were a captain, all right, and a guardsman to boot. He likes to run things, be in charge. Suppose 'twere only natural that he end on the council. Now he doth have Garth and me to bully, and Zulith and Kylista at his beck and call.
Zulith?
Look for a bright green flare. That be Zulith, in his flashy chancellor's robes. Puffs like he's important, running messages from the palace to the great captains. But everyone laughs real quiet behind their sleeves. Zulith is a vengeful little man, and thou had best be wary around him.
Tell me about Kylista. I said tell me about Kylista.
Now thou art talking to the other end of Zulith's tether. Kylista's the priestess of beauty, but between thee and me, I think she would rather be called Lady Kylista, if it pleases thee. She doth perform a pretty show at the Oracle, no doubt, calling for those revelations.
Tell me about the Oracle.
'Tis a wonder to behold, make no mistake. A true magical type of thing. Used to draw quite a crowd before the storms went so bad. Pretty to look at, for sure.
Talking about the revelations.
Straight from the heavens to hear Callista speak of it. Never found much use in 'em myself. A fisherman don't see much beauty out hauling in nets all day long.
Alright, goodbye. Yeah, that's true. How does, the City of Beauty have a fishing fleet when you're out for long hours in the sea spray, the cold wind, the sun, destroying your skin, and, you know, things like your back and hands and things like that. It doesn't make that much sense. Alright, I think if we talk to, shoot, what's her name? Yolinda, then it'll trigger the thing with Dupre. So I'm not going to do that. We got those two. That was the important conversations. So let's go ahead and load up this one. And make our way back to the temple so we can get on with this trial. Get everything taken care of. Hello?
Stand away! Move on! Stand away!
Alright, fine. I love being a jerk to those guards. So much fun.
Let justice be swift.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
Bring in the defendant.
Hey, Dupre, how's it going? How are they treating you?
This trial will now come to order.
Where is the Priestess of Beauty? And where is Great Captain Volden?
I am not sure, thy ladyship, nor is Jorvin to be found.
It is most improper that neither Volden nor Callista are here, but I shall not have justice detained. I shall continue in Callista's place.
Hail the lady! All hail the Lady Yolinda, who hath condescended to conduct this portion of the trial in person. Whatever.
Dupre's representative, Elmendreda, shall now present the facts to defend his friend.
His friend? His? You will be getting yours.
Elmendreda, thou mayest call upon any citizen present in the temple, and mayest ask any questions pertinent to this case.
Pardon, lady, excuse me, great lady, but I must address a point of order. Since the Fellowship troublemakers were so disagreeable in our earlier meeting, they have been excluded from this session of the trial.
How can I ask them questions if they're not here?
Avatar, whom wouldst thou care to call before the Oracle?
Let's go with Delphinia.
I call Delphinia to witness before the Oracle. Delphinia, step forward.
Hail to beauty and the omnipotence of the Oracle. I shall answer thy questions truthfully, Avatar. Of what can I tell thee?
Tell me of the character of the accused.
This man drinks far too much, and his health will surely suffer for this one some day. He is also a bit of a braggart, and he doth think himself a ladies' man.
How would you know all of this?
He did try to steal a kiss from me.
I need to pause for a second. Sorry, I gotta get something I need to take care of off camera. Alright, sorry about that. Let's see, I believe I read that one. Okay. Why are you not letting me... Oh, there we go. Apparently, the pause key actually pauses the game. I did not know that. I have to hit escape.
Dupre doth have an evil heart. I'd not be surprised if he were in the service of daemons.
Daemonism? What are you talking about?
I do believe in daemons. I do believe in daemons.
You know, Delphinia, my opinion of you is rapidly going into the toilet.
There is much evil in this world, and I do not believe that we cause it of ourselves.
Oh, come on.
Our ancestors did beat the British beat the British by escaping to this land. Is it so incredible that the daemon would want revenge?
He's not a daemon, he's a human.
We should be very afraid, all of us.
I got no further questions. Well, let's see. Who else would I like to call? How about Joth? I call Joth to witness before the Oracle. Thanks for coming down the stairs, Joth. What hast thou to do with me? I don't even remember exactly what voice I did for him. I did not even set eyes upon Dupre until his trial. What do you know of the character of the accused? Art thou daft? I said that I have never met the man. I can form no opinion. Daemonism? Look here, Almendretta. I'm a captain, not a theologian. I find it hard to believe in something I can't touch or smell. Yet all of our legends tell of this beast British and his crimes against our ancestors. Suddenly he's gone southern. I suppose I don't know what to believe. Pardon me, Kylista. Alright, no further questions? Yeah, because I hadn't talked to Joth in this save. How about Dellen? I called Dellen to witness before the Oracle. Oh, I'm not used to standing in public like this. Crowds make me nervous. Let this be swift. Ask thy questions. The character of the accused. He looks like a fine lad, he doth. Dupre, come by the shop afterwards, and I'll introduce you to my daughter. Let's not go down that road, Dellen. Daemonism? Very frightening. Don't care much for daemons. I knew one once. He was actually kind of nice. He drank a lot, although he preferred blood rather than booze. What about the engagement ring? That is what Alicent said in her testimony, that thy friend did return her engagement ring to her. Mighty nice of him, I say. He looks to be a good lad. Doth he need a wife? I'm afraid thy daughter is not lively enough for me, old man. I know that the priestess fears that the ring was stolen by magical means. But what about the storms? They steal things every day. Could not a storm have taken my daughter's ring? Yeah, it did, actually. No further questions? Alright, I think we talked to Garth. So let's have him come down. Question me, I am ready. On what subject dost thou desire information? The character of the accused. I have met him face to face, and I find Dupre to be the most surly, disrespectful man I have ever seen. He offends with every breath that comes out of his ugly face. Oh, come on. Now you're just being a jerk. Daemonism? Lest anyone be confused, let me state unequivocally that daemons exist. Evil is real. The tales of our forefathers about the daemon king named British, and the lands he stole in the name of virtue, are literally true. Lastly, I'll have absolute faith in the priestess of beauty, wherever she may be. She is too beautiful to be wrong. Aha, no further questions? Avatar, is this really helping my case? Yes, don't worry, Dupre. We'll be getting to the important stuff shortly. Let's call Jendon. I called Jendon to witness before the Oracle. Jendon, come on down! Let's find out what you've wrong thing. I'm sorry. Yes, thou brought me before the Oracle, Avatar. Ask me thy questions. The character of the accused. He can outdrink any man in this town, and I think he could outfight nearly everyone except Jorvin. I must admit, Dupre is the likable man. Hard to believe he's a tool of beast British. Daemonism? Do I believe in daemonism? Of course. My mother told me the legends when I was a mere child, which is why I believe it. I believe everything my mother told me as a child. Which is why I believe in the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus. We won't go into those other things that she told me about my father. And even if I didn't, why, I'm an innkeeper, Almendretta. For the sake of my business, friend, I dare not disagree with the Priestess of Beauty. Oh, so you're admitting on the stand that you would lie. Have you no shame, sir? Tell me about the strange objects. That is what I said in my testimony. Dupre brought me strange... no, that was me, not Dupre. Hate you people sometimes. Dupre brought me strange items and asked me to identify them. But thou art an innkeeper. Surely many folks bring thee mysteries. Mayhap, stranger, but nothing half so strange. Savages? We did speak of the northern barbarians, Dupre and I. He seemed to relish the most grisly parts of the tale. I did not! Hush, Dupre. Don't worry. We'll be getting to the important parts soon. But thou dost tell that tale to everyone, Gendon. Thou canst not convict a man for listening to thy tales. Gwenno? Yes, I did meet the scholar when she was here, a fine lady of good temperament, but I fail to see any connection between that good lady and this trial. No further questions. We'll be getting to that shortly. Maybe. And let's call Olon. It's kind of a shame that Alicent isn't here. Hail to Lady Elinda, hail to the Oracle, hail to everyone, including the chief. I'm afraid he hath been drinking. Drinks to forget my pain, innkeeper. Go ahead, Avatar, ask me thy questions. The character of the accused? I love that man. Dupre, sing that drinking song thou didst teach me, the one about all the young ladies. I don't think that would be advisable. I have my lute with me, and Iolo has 2 lutes. We could have a 3-lute... We could have a... Well, it wouldn't exactly be a trio, since Iolo would be playing 2 of them somehow. How would you do that, Iolo? Magic, of course. If all the young ladies were bricks in a pile, I'd be a mason and lay them in style. Oh, Dupre, did you really... No, I did not, Avatar. I know much more respectable ditties about having sex with young ladies. Roll thy leg over, roll thy leg over. Zounds, man, in the earshot of Lady Elinda, hast thou no decency? Leave me alone. Let's call Zulith. I call Zulith to witness before the Oracle. That's you. Ask thy questions, Avatar. However, I shall reserve the right to silence. Hey, we do not have the Fifth Amendment here. After all, I am the custodian of Lady Elinda's confidential matters. The character of the accused? Why, the man is a known drunkard and a companion of thieves and cutthroats. Look at those he consorts with. You mean me? With my magical axe? He consorts with very fine people. Daemonism? Dost thou not feel the sudden chill in this temple at the very mention of beast British? No. Oh, well, I feel it. Maybe Dellen farted? I don't think that would be it. I tell thee, the daemon exists, and his schemes to destroy Fawn can only be averted by the justice of the Oracle. Yeah, we'll see about that. You were following me. As I stated in the earlier session of these proceedings, Dupre was too sharp for me. However, I did see him conferring with Dellen's daughter, and she is a known sympathizer with the Fellowship. My daughter is not on trial here, Chancellor. Well, I suppose not. We'll be getting to her soon enough, though. I've got no further questions. And, Yelinda. I call Yelinda to witness before the Oracle. Come on down here. Wow, she's actually coming down. I'm surprised.
I shall answer thy questions, Elmendretta, for the sake of the Oracle, but do not try my patience.
Oh, no, your patience will be on trial next. The character of the accused?
This is a wild man full of passions and lusts. I can feel his eyes on me now. I can feel his eyes on me now. He's not even looking at you. Yeah, I'm looking at the much finer statue up there. Much finer. Yeah, see? So you're just lying, Yelinda. Shut up, I'm the lady here.
Daemonism?
There is no doubt that Daemon British exists. I have seen the records left by previous generations. The beast did conquer all of Susaria and did force the Fawnese to flee into the sea. How cruel! Don't think that's how it happened, actually. I have always hated the beast, and I always shall. Let's go over Dupre's exact words again. I do not remember every word uttered in my presence, Elmendretta.
Well, then how can you quote them?
These are mine exact words, lady. All hail Lord British, and the glory that is Britannia.
Beauty forbid! Thou hast spouted the blasphemy again! I cannot bear this!
I yield the floor to her graciousness, the Lady Yolinda.
Hear ye! Both sides have stated their facts and called their witnesses. Let it not be said that there is no justice in Fawn.
There almost wasn't.
Now, before the face of beauty, I call for a verdict upon Dupre.
All rise and face the oracle.
Dupre is innocent. Set him and his companions free. The true criminals are Priestess Callista and Great Captain Volden, who have conspired to convict this innocent man. Dupre, we have wronged thee. There is nothing I can do to erase our shame, but I would be pleased if thou wouldst accept a token of our regret. Here is the crystal rose of love.
Oh, sweet. I'll take that. Helm of Courage, Crystal Rose of Love. Detecting a theme here.
Thou art so encumbered, perhaps one of thy friends might be willing to carry this.
I'll help carry it.
Good news!
We have captured the false-hearted traitor, Lady Yolinda.
Let's try that again.
We've captured the false-hearted traitor, Lady Yolinda. Callista is in chains, and Great Captain Volden hath been found dead.
Thou hast acted correctly, Jorvan. The oracle hath just denounced them.
The Priestess of Beauty hath confessed to me that she and Great Captain Volden were united in an evil conspiracy. By use of secret levers, they dared to control the utterings of the sacred oracle. Only by the actions of the brave Elmendretta hath the oracle been freed to utter the truth.
Who knows how long this deception hath been practiced? Have the citizens of Fawn always been the victims of the great captains and the priestess?
I did mistrust thy words previously, Alicent, but now that Callista hath confessed, I know not what to believe.
Such perfidy makes my blood run cold. Have the priestess jailed until I decide what fate she deserves. As for Volden's death, that saves me the trouble of having him executed. Praise the deed! You're welcome! Shut up! I am sorry that we have delayed thee in thy quest, Dupre. Please forgive us. Thou mayest leave Fawn freely, and be assured of a warm welcome if thou shouldst return. Thou hast shown me that I have much to learn about being a ruler, and I thank thee. Guards, release Dupre!
About friggin' time. This trial is dismissed.
And they slowly wander off. Hey, Alicent, let's see if we can talk to you.
'Tis a pleasure to see thee again, Elmendretta.
The cause.
The cause is triumphant, Elmendretta. Lady Yolinda hath ended the exile of the Fellowship. The great captains are in disgrace, and Lady Yolinda doth rule for herself now. If there is anything I can ever do for thee, return to Fawn, and I shall aid thee.
Alright, goodbye. Alright, let's see if Callista is get down the stairs. There we go. She is not in there. I am not sure what happens to her. I wonder if I can pick this lock. Oh, also, the Crystal Rose.
Perhaps I should try those on a locked chest or door.
I am trying them on the locked door. Alright, that does not work for us. I'm kind of curious how that throne works. Oh well. So Callista is not there, unfortunately. I would have liked to have talked to her, be, triumphant. Let's also turn on Hack Mover for a second and see about exchanging some of our funds. Exchange money. We'll do gold coins for now. Actually, I thought you could trade in jewelry or something like that. Nope. Alright, well, I guess it'll be someone else. Anyway, we're pretty much done here in Fawn. So if we take a look at our map, we've got a building there. There's a swamp here, not much else that we can do. Some land up that way that we haven't explored, and that's about it. So we will be heading here, which is the Sleeping Bull. That will be our next destination. But that will be in the next episode. See you then, everyone.